tomorrow I'm headed to Edinburgh. I am back from Edinburgh. As you can see in front of my lovely little shelves again, I've just had a shower. It's been almost 2 days since I came back. I just needed to have a rest. I needed to do the last things I needed to do on my dissertation for the final, like, turning it in before the ventilation and all of that. So like, I've been busy. I've also been busy editing the vlog, so I've edited the vlog until this very moment. So I thought, like, it's in the evening, the lighting is a little bit bad, I'm aware of that, but I felt like I wanted to film this because tonight books are getting delivered that I am reading for another vlog, so then I want to start vlogging that. So it's like, I may as well just pause it. So I know my hair's a mess, I don't have any makeup on, but like, you know me, I don't really care anymore. Like, I want to normalize when filming and like when seeing people, because you always see people on social media at like their very best, and I'm like, we all shower, we all come out with our hair wet and a mess, and we all walk around without makeup on, and I don't want to feel like as a woman I can't show my face on social media without makeup. So we're doing this haul just like this. Who gives a fuck? I am actually wearing a shirt that's a part of a set that I bought on Primark in Edinburgh, and that is this yellow little top. I am aware that it is slightly see-through, so I hope that like I won't sit here editing this and being like, oh my god, my nipples are showing way too much. But a little bit nipple showing is good. But I think it's really cute. I love this little detail with the little rose right here. I'm also wearing no footsies, matching pants. It is kind of, I felt like the pants are true to size, but the top is on a little bit the smaller side, and I did size up. I'm normally a medium in tops if they're like normal in sizing, but I took this in a large just because I didn't know what type of sizing Primark has. And the like top that I've already worn since I came home, but I am going to show you, that I also bought on Primark in Edinburgh, was true to size because I got that in a medium and it fits perfectly. So I feel like just this one is a little bit small. The other shirt that I have worn since I came home is this. It's just a single strap top, but it has built-in bra cups, and I love that they're not in like a pocket, because you know in bras or bikini tops these are like floating around in just a pocket, and then you wash them and then they get like turned and bent, and like it's just a pain to have to like correct them all the time. So I love that these are like stitched immediately into the top, and then it has this like, so it's double fabric because this goes over it, and then these sit on like this band that sits around your like ribs, and it's very stretchy and it's not uncomfortable at all, and you just feel really like secure and supported without it being uncomfortable like a bra is. So you can really just like chill and lounge around in this and just feel really good. Now that I came back, because I only bought one because I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, how it was to size. I didn't want to buy a bunch that were like too small or too big, but now that I'm back and I've worn it, I really do wish that I had bought like 10 of these. When talking pajamas, I bought another pair of pajama pants. I did really want to buy the entire set to this, but they didn't have the top in my size. Now they did have the top in like an extra large, and basing on how small this large is, it probably could have worked or might have worked, but I didn't want to like chance it and have the extra large be massive. It was also I think it was a single strap and not like a long sleeve. They have like buttons at the front. Now neither of these, the ones that I'm wearing or the ones that I'm holding up, have like a tie in the front that you can like tighten it. So I did feel like the extra large were probably going to be too big in the waist, but like perfect around the butt and the thighs, because I have a butt and I have thick thighs, so I do need that. So that's why I sized up and took an extra large, because I didn't just want it to be too tight, just for it to like be okay in the waist. So they based off of the pants that I'm wearing now, they are probably going to be a little bit big in the waist, but it's not so bad that like they're falling down and I can't wear them. They are adorable. Like this fabric, it is so cute. I really do wish that I got the entire set for this, but sadly it wasn't in my size and I didn't know then what I know now, that an extra large might have worked. And then I got this. I actually did size up in as well because I felt like they looked to be a little bit on the smaller side, and that was this t-shirt, and it's a little bit cropped I think, and it's really really cute. I love the like fabric on this because it's not like ruched, but it's a little bit like textured, and I love the print. The print is very summery and very cute. And since I sized up, I did grab this in a large. And I feel like that might just be perfect. I've not tried on everything yet. I am a person who hates trying on stuff. So I'm just like trying on them as I'm going to wear them and hope for the best. I get so overstimulated from trying on clothes. It's the worst thing I know, especially in a store. Like if I can, I'll order things and then return it if it's not the correct size, because I hate going into stores and trying stuff on. Then I got these two sets, which is both the top and the underwear, and these are really string underwear. They're like, got them both like together, they cost £5 I believe, and that is also a bargain. Like you won't find a like top or like bra or bralette like this in Sweden for under like £10. Like it just doesn't exist. And if anyone in Sweden knows where that exists, please let me know, because that's a bargain. Like that is so cheap, and they are so cute. And then the second set that I grabbed, I feel like I'm yelling. Am I yelling? I don't know. I hope not. Can't even tell which is up and down on these panties because they're so thin. But this grey set as well, and I mostly got this one because of the top, because this was so cute. Like this bralette is adorable. Like I love that, and the fabric is so soft, and I feel like it's gonna be so comfortable. I did get 2 bikinis for my sister because she asked me to. That scared me so much. I got 2 bikini sets for my sister. This striped one that she had asked for, that I really had to look for because they didn't have it the first time I was in store. And then this yellow one. And then I didn't get the bottoms because I don't walk around a bikini, so actually if the top just fits, I could just wear the top, because I'm not comfortable being in a bikini top and bikini bottoms. So I just got this top just so like if it's warm and I'm in the shadows, I can wear this top and match it with like green or pink or yellow pants and just have a bikini top without the bottom. And it wasn't the type of bottom that I like. It was kind of small in the butt area and I'm just not comfortable with that. So I got this one with the lemons because I am obsessed with lemons. I have lemons tattooed on me, so like I feel like I had to get the lemon one. And the top was just £250, which is it's so cheap, it's not even funny. Like it's insanely cheap. So I was like, I'm just getting the top. And then we have a top that is a pajama top, but I'm not gonna wear it like a pajama top unless it's too see-through. But that is this one, because this is such a cute top that I am going to wear it out like a normal shirt, because this is way too pretty to be a pajamas. And then I bought something that I have been seeing all over my TikTok. Like I have gotten so many mooching around Primark videos on my TikTok feed and like Instagram feed before I left, and I have been obsessing over this hello. I was so happy. I found it the second time I went into Primark. I really had to hunt for it. It was kind of hidden and I'm so happy that I did. And that is this like fabric vest. And it is adorable. Like I am not this adventurous with my fashion style. I have been playing it very safe ever since I like started to gain a little bit of weight, just because I was becoming more and more like uncomfortable with my body and the space that I was taking up, and so I was more like trying to hide myself with my clothes instead of like dressing for myself in things that I actually thought was pretty and liked. I'm not saying that I thought that my fashion was ugly, but I was very, very basic in the way that I dressed, just because I felt like I didn't want to stand out with certain pieces or certain colors, because I felt like my body was already standing out enough. And I know that that was just like purely in my head, and I'm not doing that anymore. I am dopamine dressing. I'm dressing for myself. I'm dressing in things that I like and think are fun and think are pretty, and this is the prettiest piece I own. Like, it's so stunning. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to style it now, but I will figure it out. I love the challenge. I love to challenge myself with my fashion and to get more colourful and just more adventurous. So I am obsessed with this, and I'm so happy that I got it. I think that was everything I got at Primark. The only other piece of clothing, well, we have 2 more pieces of clothing, but at the airport I got these earmuffs because I just knew that when we landed my ears were gonna get cold really fast, because Sweden's a lot colder than Edinburgh was when I visited. So, and these were just adorable, and I hate having to wear hats in winter. Like, I like, well, it's not really hats, it's like toques. I love toques, but I only love them if I don't have to remove them, because if I put on a toque, my hair is gonna be destroyed. Like, if I walk around with a toque, I'm gonna be sweating under it, and then my hair is gonna be absolutely destroyed, because my hair is really sensitive. And it's the same, like, one of the last day I was in Edinburgh, it was super windy and it rained once and my hair never recovered. Like, I looked like I hadn't showered for a week when I had showered the night before, just because it had rained once, and that, like, absolutely destroyed my hair. So these earmuffs, I have another pair, but I only have 1 pair, and they are perfect when it gets a little bit colder, because I have super sensitive ears. Like, my ears start hurting if it's just the slightest bit cold. Like, if it's the slightest bit windy and the wind is cold, my ears are gonna start hurting like a bitch. So I love earmuffs, because then I can, you know, still have pretty hair but keep my ears warm. Like, isn't this adorable? My dad hates them. My dad hated that I bought them and didn't buy another toque. But I love them. I think they're adorable, and that's all that matters. In Book Lovers Bookshop, I bought this hat because I don't own a single hat, and I don't know if hats suit me. I don't know how I feel, but I love this hat just because of the print, and it says emotionally attached to fictional characters. And I have never worn a single piece of clothing that describes me better. This is so true. In the Book Lovers Bookshop, I also got this key ring or keychain or whatever it's called. Key charm? I don't know what you call it, but it says Antisocial Book Club, and it says it on both sides. And I have been eyeing this in every single video on TikTok that I have seen from the Book Lovers Bookshop when someone else has visited, so I was like, I need this. Like, this one and the hats I have been eyeing for so long from TikTok, so I was like, I'm gonna get them. And that brings us to the books. I didn't buy that many books, because you might have thought that, like, I'm a book lover, a massive book lover, I'm gonna go mad and buy a bunch of books when in Scotland. I would have, but books are really heavy, and I also knew that I really wanted to buy a bunch of stuff from Primark and, like, do my summer wardrobe from Primark in a way. And I don't know, I just ended up not going crazy with books, because I also wanted to buy something else that was going to be quite expensive, and I don't know. I think I balanced it quite well. There are also, like, new releases that are coming. As I said earlier, 2 of them, I think, or at least 1 is getting delivered to me tonight, and then there are a bunch coming out in June, and then my birthday's in July, and I always wish for books on my birthday, so I'm gonna get quite a few books in July. So I just felt like I wanted to prioritize clothes. And the other thing that I'm going to show you later that I can't really get my hands on in Sweden. So I only bought 6 books. I am, however, going to show you 8, and I'm going to explain why. Because 2 were delivered yesterday, but I only ordered them the day before yesterday, on Monday, the day after I came back to Sweden. They were delivered super fast, but I'm going to explain to you why I did that and why I ordered those when I came home. But the only book I bought in the Book Lovers Bookshop was Rewind It Back. It's a new release. It was released 2 days before I went to Edinburgh. I didn't bother ordering it. I was like, I'm just gonna buy it in store. I didn't notice this until now, but look at that print. Look at how cute. And then you got I don't know where I've placed them now. Or that's bad. I know that they're here because I showed them to my friends in a haul that I sent to my friends a day ago. So I know that they're here, but I don't know where I put them after I did that haul. But you got a bookmark from the Book Lovers bookshop that was adorable. It was just a normal, a little bit thicker paper bookmark with like daisies on it, it looked like, and it was like, I think, pink, and it said Book Lovers bookshop. But you also got, with Rewind It Back, a like rectangular card that said Rio's name on it, and it was like get to know the player, and on the back it said like a bunch of information on Rio, like his likes and dislikes and where he lives and all of that. So I thought that was a really like sweet small detail that really made this buy like a bit more special. I went into the works. The works was amazing, like really cheap books, but they didn't have like a bunch of books that I was like, oh, I desperately need this right now. They were really good pricing, but it wasn't, maybe I just didn't go far enough into the store, I don't know. They did have these two books that I had thought before I left that I wanted to look for and possibly buy, and so I did. One of them, Filthy Rich Fae, had sprayed edges, and I saw in store once I had bought it that this was the second book, and I thought that Filthy Rich Vampires and Filthy Rich Fae were interconnected standalone. So I thought that it was 1 and 2. And then I realized that like, oh, Filthy Rich Vampires is a series on its own, and I looked in the book and I was like, oh, it has 4 books that are out for Filthy Rich Vampires. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna order the first book when I get home. And then I do a haul for my friends, and I realized that it says 2 on the spine of this book as well. And it's Filthy Rich Fae Fallen Court. And I was like, huh, that's odd. And then I look in the book and I see Filthy Rich Fae series, Filthy Rich Fae, and then Fallen Court. And I'm like, oh, I bought book 2 in both. And they're not interconnected from what I understand. So I did order the Monday I came back, because I came back the night of the Sunday. It was past 12, so I came back on the Monday. So I ordered the first Filthy Rich Vampire and the first Filthy Rich Fae. This came with sprayed edges. However, this one is not the same size as the other ones, and that pissed me off a little bit. And the Filthy Rich Vampire one does not have the number that the other ones does, so that was a little bit sad. But I have the first and second books in both of these series now. I do still believe that they play out in the same world. Otherwise, like, they're by the same author, and otherwise the covers are so similar that I'm like, why wouldn't they be connected in some way? But I do believe that Filthy Rich Vampires was released first. I am going to check this before I start reading it, however. But I do believe that Filthy Rich Vampires came out first, and it should be read first. There was a shopping mall not that far from where Dad's and my hotel were. It was like a 5-minute walk, and they had like a couple of like grocery stores that we like bought breakfast in, because the hotel didn't offer breakfast. And they had a McDonald's where we ate one evening when we didn't want to bother getting something else, and they had a Costa where we had breakfast once or twice. But they also had a Waterstones and at the Works. The Works was very small, and the book section was very small, so they only had like the most popular books, like the Chestnut Springs books, and I think they did have Akatar and a couple of the Throne of Glass books and things like that, but they didn't have a massive amount. The Waterstones, however, was a relatively good size. And the first book that I saw when I went in was The Night and the Moth, and that was one of the books that was on my, like, I have to buy this when I'm in Edinburgh. Because just like Rewind It Back, I do believe this came out on the 20th, and this is just stunning. It was £3 off. It had one of those stickers, but I did remove it, and I am so happy that I got this, because I probably wouldn't have gotten it in a hardback if I had bought it in Sweden. I am very excited to jump into this. I would have started this the minute I came home if it weren't for the fact that 2 other new releases are going to be delivered to me tonight. So this vlog is going to come up before that reading vlog with the new releases, and this is going to be one of the books that I'm reading in that vlog. So is Rewind It Back. So keep an eye out for that vlog if you're interested in seeing me read these and review them and just experience them. I wasn't planning on buying anything else, and then we were at the airport and we had some time to kill, and I saw a bookstore, WH Smith, where they had only books, because they had one that's like a bit more like snacks and such things as well. And I of course had to go in there, and when I bought these two books, it was so funny because the girl behind the counter, she was like, "See you later," and I went outside and I said to my dad, "That girl knew me. She said see you later. She knew I was going to be back." I did not go back that day though, but I will be going back to Edinburgh, so I probably will be going back eventually. But they had buy one get one half off, so I bought Holding the Reins because summer is coming. Like, spring is here, summer is really soon coming, like it is right around the corner, and the next Elsie Silver book isn't coming out until like September, October, and I need a cowboy romance this summer. Like, you can't go a summer without reading a cowboy romance, and this has been raved about, so I was like, yeah, we need to get that one. And then I was thinking, because they had Silence of the Girls with, it was Helen of Troy, they had one of those books, but they have the second book, whichever one of those is the second, and I really want to read those books, but I was like, I'm not buying another second book and then have to buy the first one again. So I am going to read those two books, and if they had both of those on that table, I would have gotten those two instead, but I was like, I'm not doing that again. I've already made that mistake. I want to read them in order. I don't know if they're connected, but I do believe that Women of Choice should be read first and then Silence of the Girls. I do think that's the case. Could be wrong and just have made that up in my head, but if it's true, I didn't want to take any chances. So instead I got the Baby Dragon Cafe. Now, I have ordered this before. I ordered this like last summer or a couple of months ago, like over Christmas or something, and Amazon wasn't gonna deliver it for like 5 months. Like, it was such a long waiting time, and I was like, I ordered it when I was at mum's, so I wasn't even gonna be at mum's when it was gonna be like arriving, so I cancelled that order. And then when I saw it in store here, I was like, this is my time, this is my chance, it's a sign, I'm gonna buy that book. It is so cute, it seems so sweet, and I read a lot of like heavier fantasy, so I feel like this is gonna be a really cute light-hearted fantasy to like have it as a bit of like a palate cleanser, because normally my romance books are more light-hearted than my fantasy books. Not always though, because I do read like the Magnolia Parks universe and the Addicted Calloway books and the Boys of Torment books, and they are heavier, darker romance books. They're not dark romance, but they deal with darker like subjects, and they're not like fluffy rom-com-esque books. And usually my like palette cleansers are fluffy rom-coms, more like, I haven't read this book, but I would guess that this is more of a light-hearted romance book. Who am I gonna introduce you to first? I'm gonna introduce you to Clementine, which I have named her Clementine, and I'm gonna explain why. But this was one of the ones, I know that I told you guys earlier that I wanted to get a dragon. They didn't have a dragon, but that I got another one that I had screenshotted from the Jellycats website that I really wanted, and that was the Lemon Tarts. And look at how cute she is. This is Clementine, and she's named Clementine because she's gonna sit on my shelves. Well, my shelves are disappearing soon because I'm moving back home in like a week. Hello, just because of that, a family member texted me. She is gonna sit on top of my copy of The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, and the main character, I really hope that I remember that correctly now. What if the main character isn't named Clementine and I'm lying to you? I really hope her name is Clementine. She is gonna be named Clementine either way, but I think the main character in that book is named Clementine, and that was why I named her Clementine. But if that is not the case, then I just named her Clementine because it's ironic that she is a lemon tart and she's named Clementine. Clem for short. So welcome Clem to the family. She's adorable. Look at her little feet go. She's so happy to be here. I got one that I wasn't planning on getting, but I just saw it and I was like, this is me. This is perfect for me. It's adorable. I love it. And that is the moon. Like, look at her little feet. love her. This is Gia. I am such a moon. I am such a night owl. You could like just hang her around your neck and chill with her. Like, I love her. We have the last one. That I went back to Squish my last day in Edinburgh, and I just had a look around. I wasn't sure I was gonna buy anything, but then I saw this little guy and I was like, I need him. I can't go home without him. He actually helped me, so I think I'm gonna bring him everywhere now. Because when I was on the flight, I was getting really anxious. I am really anxious. My belly was messed up that entire day. Like, it started on the Saturday evening that my belly was starting to give me real issues, and continue all throughout the Sunday, because my body just has such a strong anxious reaction to flying, even if I in my mind is relatively calm, and I do have anxiety. But so when we were flying and we were starting to prepare to land, it was starting to get really rocky, and I tore my nail off, and like my nails, I actually broke a couple of nails while I was down that hand, but my nails usually look like this. My thumb was like that, and then I like tore it off, and now it looks really bad. So I tore one nail off, and I would have torn them all off, but then I was like, hey, I have this little guy on my back and his tag is still on him. So I took him out, and then I removed his tag, and then I just started like sitting there playing with his feet and squeezing him and holding him, and it got me something else to do with my hands than like tear my fingers. And what I normally do when I get really anxious, especially like in school and in social situations, I start tearing at my fingers, which is why I'm not giving you the finger, but which is why my fingers a lot of the time look a bit like ripped apart like that. That is actually kind of healed and kind of good though, but like, yeah, I do that. So he actually really helped me. So he's gonna be my emotional, how do you say, emotional support stuffed animal from now on, and that is this little guy. Like, we're twinning, we're both gingers. I feel like I feel like you can tell, mother and child. He is adorable. Look at his little tail. He has a little tail with a little tuft, and he's so cute, and he is the softest. Like, this little guy is so soft, and like, when I tell you that I was obsessed with lions as a child, that doesn't even like encompass my obsession with lions. I had a massive teddy lion that was like like this size as a kid, and The Lion King was like one of my favorite animated movies. It was The Lion King and Spirit, but The Lion King is easily my favorite Disney movie. It's animals, it's lions. I've always loved animals more than people. It was actually my friend and my other friend's kid who had the pleasure of naming him, because one of them was like, you need to name him Jamie Fraser, because Jamie from Outlander, this lion is from Scotland. Jamie is a ginger, like, you need it. And I was like, why didn't I think of that? That's brilliant. And then my other friend's kid had said Fergus. He had given a couple of names, but Fergus was one of them. But he might have said Fegis, which is coward in Swedish. We're not entirely sure, but I was like, I'm going with Fergus because there's a character in Outlander called Fergus, and he's also like the best, and I love him. So meet Jamie Fergus. He has a double name, but like, I think it suits him. This is Jamie Fergus. So we have Clementine. I can't believe I'm an adult. This is what I'm doing with my adult money. We have Clementine, Gia, and Jamie Fergus. I can't believe that these are the new members of my family. Like, I was so dead set on buying one jellycat because I had decided that since I bought a teddy bear in London, and then I bought, can you tell that I have a favorite child? That is so mean. But then I got a Canadian snake, like a teddy snake from Canada, and I was like, I'm gonna buy from now on a teddy or like a stuffed animal everywhere I go, like from whatever city I'm traveling to, because I just think that that's a really sweet thing to do. and I loved stuffed animals. Like, I'm obsessed. I'm still a child, and my inner child is so happy. My inner adult is also extremely happy about these. But I came away with 3 because I couldn't control myself and I simply could not choose. Like, they are perfect. Look at them. Look at how well they get along. My little children. So ridiculous. I can't believe that I am almost 24 years old. But you know what? Is if more adults allow themselves to be childlike and buy things that they just enjoy, not caring what anyone else thinks, this world would be such a happier place. And I am not just saying that to justify spending money on stuffed animals. I had so many amazing interactions in like the stores in general. The people there were so kind. Like, a girl helped me at my self-checkout at Primark who didn't even work there, but she was just so incredibly sweet. And then another woman actually asked me for directions, and I was like, I'm not from here, but I am heading the same way you are, so let's hope that I am leading us the right way. Like, I was like, you think I look like a native? I don't know if she actually did, or if she just thought I looked like someone who knew where I was going. I don't know. Thank you for watching. If you had a good time, please like and subscribe. As always, have a nice day, a nice week, a nice month. Be kind to each other always, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!